The Scholastic Ball Report is sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and brought to you by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Farmers Bank and Capital Trust, Kentucky Utilities, Pannell Swim Shop, P-Rats, PrepSpin.com, Rafferty's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.
And welcome into the Scholastic Ball Report. Gary Ball with Rick Pannell. Great to have you back this week. And we got to talk about a jam-packed ball report this week. We got a lot of folks in the studio with us.
We got a full studio tonight.
And you know, walking the sidelines this fall is going to be two new head coaches. Brian Landis will be at Frederick Douglass, a new high school over there right down the street here from WKYT. And Dr. Oliver Lucas will be the new coach at Clark County. We're going to talk to them. They're both going to do great jobs.
That's exciting, you know, to have the new high school and two good coaches know a lot about football.
Absolutely. And tell us about our little P. What's little P going to do this week?
You just never know.
You never know.
But he's going to go one-on-one with the Dunbar Cheerleaders.
I'm looking forward to that. Always good stuff. And our scholar athletes are from Dunbar Cheer, and they've all three got GPAs that are just off the charts.
Very smart girls.
And also a Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week coming up, and our divers are going to be from Montgomery County.
Down I-64, and we're looking forward to having them in the studio.
Looking forward to that and all that coming up. Peter Gray from UK Sports Medicine. Let's get to the best highlights in the state of Kentucky. These highlights brought to you by P-Rats. Think outside the corporate box.
I've seen some of the best rivalries this state has, and for my money, the most passionate just might be Clark County and Montgomery County. On January 13th, the Cardinals ended an 11-game losing streak to the Indians. Clark County snapped that slide. What are the Tribe going to do? Both sides ready for action. The Cardinals going first. Jordan Graham steps inside the three-point line. That is good for two. This buck was good for six. A six-pointer. Clark quickly adds to the lead. Ryan Cooper with the drive. He finished with 10. Moco turned to one of its stars, Jared Jones. Strong take. He had 17. Jones tries another move. He is short on the shot, but Pharaoh is king. Pharaoh Davis there for the putback. He had 11. Clark County wins in Mount Sterling 53-37.
Welcome back in, Gary Ball, Rick Pannell, and we want to thank Bob Roberts Insurance. They're out in Richmond, Kentucky. Joe and John Roberts, they insure half this great state of Kentucky. They've been in business 40 years. And Ricky P., we're so honored. We have two great coaches in studio with us. Brian Landis will be the new head coach at the new high school, literally right down the road here.
That's right.
Right off Winchester Road. And Dr. Oliver Lucas will be the new head football coach, but not unfamiliar with this area, at GRC, just down the road in Winchester. So let's start with you, Coach Landis. What are some obstacles you see? I know it's all about being positive and everything right now, so no negatives. But what are any obstacles you think you might run into starting a brand new football program?
Well, there's a lot. You know, we have nothing right now.
Right.
Literally nothing. Our building's not open, so you know, the big thing I'm working on right now is just figuring out who's on the team, because I haven't, you know, right now I still don't have a clear picture of what all guys are coming and what guys aren't. So, you know, and then after that, what we're working on right now is our winter weight program. When
will you actually be able to meet with some of those potential players at Douglas?
Well, we're allowed to get in front of those middle school kids. So I've already been around all the middle schools, and I have a good handle on those kids. The high school kids, because they're in their current situation,
right.
You know, I can't do anything with them until the last day of school.
Right.
But I did find out that we are allowed to work out with them, so we're going to get that cranked up here real soon.
Gotcha. Coach Lucas, how about your style? What is it about your style that helps you rebuild programs?
You know, I think it's two things. One's I think it's a God gift that's given. I'm able to reach young people. I think I'm a player's coach. I'm one that I'm always excited about helping young people meet their goals and dreams. And, you know, how do I help you, realize your dreams? So that's what I'm about. What you see is what you get in me.
That's awesome.
And I can back that up. My nephew Caleb played for you, Bryan Station. Said exactly. You're one of the favorite coaches he's ever had in the sport. So I can back him up on that. Coach Landis, what about the facilities there at Douglas High School? They're going to be second to none.
There's no doubt.
Will those facilities attract, like you were talking about, the difficult?
Yeah, there's no doubt. Just like we have at UK right now, where it's the different level of athlete is coming to UK right now because of the facilities. So hopefully what we've got, I mean, it's top level stuff. I think we're going to have one of the biggest weight rooms in the state. The building itself is just beautiful, and then the actual football field and the field house. I mean, there's going to be no better place in the city, as far as I'm concerned, to come play ball.
Gary McPeak be writing a lot of checks.
Oh,
won't he?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
The athletic director there at Douglas.
Coach, I know you've got a great history coaching football. Why GRC?
One, I've always envisioned have an opportunity to go into with a community-based school. And Mr. Boland and Jamie Keenan, who's the athletic director and the principal there, had the same vision. And I really realized that when you're the only show in town, it's a good thing, because you really don't have to compete with the other people outside the school, other than the community, because Clark County itself is so large. So, hey, I got a lot to draw from.
Coach Landis, as you know, you and I go way back. I called the Horseman games for several years, the arena football team. You were very involved with that team. And I'll see a lot of familiar faces over there at Douglas when I go over there with Prep Spin to do games this fall, won't I?
There's no doubt. That's big. Gary McPeak and Mike Harmon, those are two guys that really kind of recruited me to this position, and they're both going to be administrators in the building. And then our principal, Lester Diaz, he was involved with them as well. So all three guys are
love all those guys.
Big
love
time.
all those guys. Yeah.
Coach, how does football in Central Kentucky differ from Jefferson County?
I want to say the speed of the game. One thing is that you got those letters, T and X, and throw in male. They're the purple monsters themselves. It's just a different beast. I think the quality of ball down here is excellent as well. It's just up there. It's just got a much larger pool. Yes, sir.
Well, thank you guys for coming in. We want to introduce you to the area, Central Kentucky and Bowling Green and Hazard, because we reach all those areas too. I'm sure you both do a terrific job. I have no doubt about it, and thank you for joining us on the show.
Thank you.
That's two of the outstanding football coaches in Central Kentucky this fall. They'll be manning the sideline. We'll be back with more on the Scholastic Ball Report, including the Dunbar Scholar Cheerleaders.
All right.
Hey, welcome back. We've got the state champion Dunbar Cheerleaders. First question's for Abby. Abby, you've got a 4.67 GPA. That's impressive. And you're also very involved at Dunbar. Do you feel any pressure to win all the state titles the squad has?
Oh, yeah. When they say that the only thing harder than winning is winning again, they're right. We won my freshman year at state, and we didn't win again until this year. So the pressure was for sure on, especially being a senior, but I'm glad we pulled it off.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, Maddie, you maintain a 4.54. That's amazing. How does the hard work in class transfer to cheerleading?
Well, all the same qualities can be implemented in cheerleading, such as focus and discipline and perseverance. Anything needed to succeed in an academic environment is flawlessly adapted to cheerleading.
And Mary, you've also got a high GPA at 3.7. Is there any competition within the team academically?
I wouldn't say competition. A lot of girls take a lot of pride in their grades, though, and their GPAs, but for the most part, everyone just wants everyone to be doing well, so it helps out the team better.
So, Coach Martin, tell us about this triple threat you have here in school.
Well, I've had these triple threats for about 4 years now, and they're amazing. They're hard workers in the classroom and in the sport of cheerleading. But what's really great about them, they're also really involved in the community and in the school. They're all involved in lots of clubs and activities. So it's a real asset to have them.
Abby and Maddie, what would you say made this squad a state champion?
I would say the drive from not winning the past 2 years has really helped. We really wanted to be leaders for the rest of our squad. So,
absolutely. We have all been together since 6th grade. We've cheered together since middle school. And we decided that we wanted to be leaders, but obviously with so few seniors on the team, it's kind of hard. So we're really happy that all of the underclassmen have stepped up too and helped.
Mary, what do you hope to do in college?
I plan to either major in education or business. Not decided yet.
coach, would you say they get any inspiration from the UK cheerleaders?
Yes, I would think UK, you know, is the reason Kentucky is so strong in high school cheerleading. We all look up to UK, and they're every little girl's dream is to be that little UK cheerleader.
We have plaques courtesy of Crown Trophy. They will take it down there. They'll get your names engraved on there. Now let's toss it to Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
Time now for our Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week. Henry Clay's Ardarius Green with the rejection. That leads to transition basketball. Justin Mitchell gets up and throws it down with two hands. Worth another look. Big block by Green. That leads to the dunk by Mitchell. Green with one of his 2 blocks on the night. Mitchell with 19 points and the dunk. However, Lafayette gets the win over Henry Clay. I'm WKYT's Lee K. Howard, and that's your Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
And our Pannell swimming and diving segment, Gary Ball, Rick Pannell, and Montgomery County's in the house. Great to have Montgomery County. You keep bringing in great divers and swimmers to the show.
You know what's exciting about this? This is their inaugural season.
Wow.
I mean, the first ever dive team in Montgomery County High School.
So they're all going to hold diving records, you know, because, you know, it's the first one.
Records will be galore this year. And I should point out there's also one other diver. That's Hank Neal. He's at a swim meet.
Okay. You go, Hank.
That's right. and these girls are versatile. They not only dive, they swim and represent Montgomery County as well. And they're with their advisor, Jamie Plumbo.
Right.
Who knows diving around Lexington. Legendary.
We love Jamie.
That's right.
He's a great coach.
Well, tell us,
filling
girls.
in for Coach Laney.
That's right.
Because she's at the meet with Hank.
That's right. Well, tell us, girls, one thing I want to ask. What is your, Hayden, your go-to dive?
My favorite dive is probably just my normal front dive, pike position. It's like the simplest dive, I guess, but I can really do that the best.
I'd like to see Gary Ball do that dive.
Oh, yeah, from the pike position, yeah. But the Russian judge probably wouldn't give me a score on it. You know, he'd be tough on it.
That's right. And then, Morgan, how about yourself?
My back twisters, because I was a cheerleader, so those come easy to me.
Those are tough dives, I know.
Yes, well, you would know, yeah.
And then I should point out these 2 girls are sisters.
Right.
And then how about your go-to dive?
I really like the front 1.5 tuck position. I like the idea of going in hands first. I don't know.
Advisor, Mr. Palumbo, Coach Advisor Palumbo, you got to tell us, these 3 ladies, working with them and on a new dive team, what have been some of the challenges for you that these young ladies have overcome already?
Well, so I've watched Coach Laney work with them and done a fantastic job. What I've noticed is that their work ethic is far and above what I've seen out of a lot of other divers. They wanted to start the team, and from the get-go, they were motivated. They worked hard from the second they started training, got all 11 of their dives. All the team are varsity. So they're going to all be at regionals competing here in a couple weeks.
And Hank, he's all by himself, right?
Well, he has to do double duty.
Gotcha.
He's a big time swimmer and a good diver. So he's at the swim meet right now.
And we should mention Hayden also has a 3.91 GPA. That's just a little bit higher than Rick Pannell.
I think so. We added ours together. We still came a little short.
That's right. But anyway, great job. Montgomery County, Mount Sterling, great community over there. It doesn't really get its just deserved. Do you think? It's a great area.
I agree, and I'm glad that they're getting some recognition and the accolades that they deserve, because they really have been working really hard.
Thinking about college yet, real quick?
Yes. I'm going to go to school next year because I'm a senior.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
Transie's on your list, I think?
Transy and UK, yes, sir.
How about you, man?
I still ain't.
They've got a little bit more school to go.
Yeah, but I mean, you can think about college.
They've got a little bit more to go.
Still think about it. Always great to see you, Advisor Mr. Coach Palumbo. We know you're a coach.
Thank you. Always great to see you all as well.
Thank you. That's
girls.
the Pannell Swim
Thank
Shop
you.
diving segment with the Montgomery County, a brand new Montgomery County diving team over there, and of course the one and only Jamie Palumbo. Now we're going to this UK Sports Medicine segment with Dr. Peter Gray. Back in, and Peter Gray is back with us from UK Sports Medicine. And Peter, last week you talked to us about the core, and now you're going to tell us how to strengthen the core. How do you strengthen the core?
So the core, strengthening it, it's much more than just sit-ups and crunches. So there's kind of a training progression that we like to do, starting with just getting the pelvis in the right position, and then recruiting all the muscles, moving to more stability exercises and strengthening, and then dynamic stability exercises.
And what are some of the common exercises to help strengthen your core?
So if we're doing that progression, we're going to start by just finding our pelvic neutral, which is our power position. And you can do that by tilting your pelvis forward and then back, and then finding the middle ground. And once we do that, we want to kind of do our abdominal bracing, which is basically contracting all the muscles. You want to be able to feel kind of hard muscle contraction throughout, instead of just contracting your main abdominal muscles. And then from there, we're going to move on to our more stability strengthening exercises like planks and bridges. And then once you kind of get your strength and stability, we'll do dynamic stuff like plyometrics, balance stuff, and go from there.
And what can you do to make these exercises harder to kind of push yourself more? Right.
As we progress, we also want to progress our intensity. Usually we start by just using our arms and legs more, bring them away from midline, which makes it harder on your core. And then adding an unstable surface like a plyo ball, physio ball, or making it more sport specific, like catching a football while we balance, things of that nature.
You're from Wisconsin. Are you a Green Bay Packers fan?
Big time Packer fan.
How about the Packers, huh?
Yeah,
wow.
they're looking good.
NFC Championship. We got a player, of course, from Kentucky named Randall Cobb.
Randall Cobb.
Had 3 touchdowns a couple
Big time player. I like
so, well, thank you for joining us, and good stuff on the court, and then keep up the great work there at Henry Clay.
Thank you.
Peter Gray, he's the athletic trainer from UK Sports Medicine out of Henry Clay. Now we're going to these final highlights, and these highlights brought to you by PrepSpin, the leading digital network for high school sports in the state of Kentucky. William Warfield.
About 12th region action
This
in
is
Danville.
crazy.
Lincoln County visiting Boyle County. Packed house tonight to see some history. Lady Rebels up by a point. Michaela Baker gets the smooth mid-range jumper to go, and they were just getting heated up. Then on the other end, Lincoln County's Caitlin Wilkes gets the bucket in the foul, cuts the lead to 4. Boyle County responds, though, as Rachel Leaf, she gets the bucket. In fact, there were a lot of buckets. How many buckets, Brian? Well, Lincoln County, they end up winning this back and forth. Look at the score here. I mean, look,
222 points.
That's a girls' high school game. Unbelievable. Lafayette wins easily tonight, 76-53.
Hey guys, Parker Pannell here from the Scholastic Ball Report. And today, I'm with Nakia Mayberry from the Dunbar High School cheerleading team.
Hi, thanks for having me.
All right, so I'm glad you're here. So I have a few questions for you. My first question is, how long have you been cheering? And how long did it take you to learn all these stunts?
I've been cheering since I was younger, but I've been cheering for Dunbar since I was a freshman, so I've been cheering all 4 years. And it doesn't take long for our stunts. It just depends on what all we're doing.
Oh my, well that's good. Here's my next question. When and where is your next competition? For all the viewers out there, if you guys want to go check her out.
Our next competition will be in Disney, and it's in the next 2 weeks, so we'll be leaving soon.
Well, that's awesome. Well, before I leave here, do you think Lil P can do any of these stunts?
Yeah, I have some of my friends here that will pick her up.
Oh, this is going to be fun. All right, let's go. Woo! We are Dunbar! Yeah! It's awesome.
And welcome back in to wrap things up with all our crew here. Great job, Little P, with the Dunbar cheerleaders there.
Thank you.
Good dismount.
I had a great time. Oh,
great
yeah,
dismount.
I tried my best.
And how about Henry Clay and Trinity the other night?
It was a tough loss for Henry Clay, but hopefully we can bounce back.
Swimming, diving regionals coming up pretty soon.
That's right. High school swimming diving regions in 2 weeks, and then the state in 4 weeks down at the University of Louisville.
And the KHSAA Sweet 16 draw show will be Wednesday this Wednesday coming at 1 o'clock. Dave Baker and I will co-host that. And what will happen, guys, is we'll draw all the regions, and we'll know what region plays what region in both the girls and the boys Sweet 16. Looking forward to that.
Nice.
That'll be 1 o'clock on Wednesday, February 1st.
That's a fun thing for everybody to watch.
As always, on the Scholastic Ball Report, for those you see and those you don't see.
Keep your eye on the Scholastic Ball Report.
The Scholastic Ball Report was sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and brought to you by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Farmers Bank and Capital Trust, Kentucky Utilities, Pannell Swim Shop, P-Rats, PrepSpin.com, Rafferty's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.